everybody here for being present, and also apologize from the bottom of my heart and on behalf of Adele to the invited personalities amongst us. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, until the lion tells his side of the story, the tale of the hunter will always glorify the hunter. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, print and television, all protocols observed. The Adele Union, Accra, has invited you to state the case of the Adeles in the recent happenings in Nkwanta, and especially to correct as well as address the numerous lies, misinformation, and historical inaccuracies that have been put out in the traditional and on numerous social media platforms by the Atwede tribe on the unfortunate events in Nkwanta. It is in fact an understatement to say that their allegations are blatant lies, contradictions and fabrications calculated to throw dust in the eyes of Ghanaians, mislead the security architecture of the state, and incite them against the indigenous Adele people of Nkwanta South, who continue to suffer unwarranted territorial claims leading to historical acts of violence as we experience of late. Before I proceed to address the representations and share our version of the conflict, ladies and gentlemen, the Adele Union wishes to condemn in no uncertain terms the unwarranted and needless acts of killings, maiming, destruction of property, and the general mayhem that was visited on the residents of Nkwanta and its adjoining villages. As a people who have lived together for centuries with almost identical customs and traditions, and especially the level of intermarriage between the feuding factions, one can say it is very unfortunate, unprecedented, barbaric, and all of us must bow our heads in shame. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, the aftermath of the events in Nkwanta, we have observed how Atwedes, under the weight of their own guilt, have quickly recruited some social media players. For example, Kingdom TV and Cabinet TV, all of Kumasi, and co-joined with biased Atwede media outlets to shape the story in their favor. But for the inaccuracies and falsehood that the Atwedes have put out to Ghanaians, ostensibly to mislead the good people of Ghana, Adele would not have determined to share the facts and truth today. We would have preferred for the state security agencies and the good people of Ghana to draw their own conclusion from the unfolding investigations. It has become imperative that we give an account of the history of our relationship with the Atwede as foreign settlers in Nkwanta. In any case, Ghanaians deserve to know why the conflict, its remote and real causes, and thus this occasion. Ladies and gentlemen, the Adeles have emphasized that Nkwanta land is not under Atwede ownership, and we state categorically that it is not for Atwede. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, this conference cannot proceed without first of all addressing and correcting and exposing the wicked lies and fabrications of Atwede. The Adeles cannot fathom the level of dishonesty and reckless manner the Atwedes have, through their numerous press and social media encounters, massacred the truth and compromised decency. And by the time this conference ends, you and you Ghanaians will be the best judges as to whether the Adeles and all the other ethnic groups that the Atreides have attacked the aggressors as they sought to portray. The Atreides claim that 70% of them are in MPP. The Atreides claim that 70% Atreides are MPP. By their own accounts from numerous press conferences, have admitted that they are aligned to the ruling New Patriotic Party as an ethnic group. Unlike the Atreides, we as Adeles are a progressive ethnic grouping and hope to become a model for other tribes in Ghana and the group to emulate. We are non-aligned and exercise our civic responsibility on the basis of merit and trust in the political force that seek the development and well-being of our nation based on changing political environment. The Atreides cliché of being 70% MPP in Nkwanta South has gained so much notoriety to the extent that it was affecting the fair distribution of political job allocation relative to party faithfuls. Sometime in early 2020, the New Patriotic Party executives for the constituency was compelled to organize a press conference to address the problem of how the cliché was affecting party activities and breeding apathy. During the said press conference, the Atreides were told that out of the 20,272 votes that the party had for Honorable Sharifa Tijani, the Atreides total vote were just around 4,000, representing 20% of the total votes. Where did the 80% come from? Your guess is as good as ours here. Recently, on the Asemyidika show of King Tom TV, a self-styled TV station, the two Atreides interviewed on their program reiterated the 70% MPP Atreides membership claim. As if that is not enough, on the 1st of December 2023, during the Atreides Youth Association press conference in Tema, the main speaker repeated the 70% Atreides MPP membership claim. In fact, we want to say that they, the Atreides, are disappointed in the MPP government because, notwithstanding the above, the MPP government is not protecting them and have thus cut ties with the party effective as of the date of their press conference. Adeles regret that the Atreides want to make this a political bantam and to use political blackmail. We believe in the wisdom of the political class and the quick search of their own statistics of electoral results will give them an answer to the forced and fake alignment claimed. We reject the Atreides attempt to politicize the situation, and we urge political parties to treat the Atreides narrative with all the contempt it deserves. They claim that in 2021, RedSec directed that the Yam Festival could be celebrated at the SSA Park, and that for the sake of peace, they did not. It's a blatant lie. Here is the proof. We present some pictures. That RedSec was emphatic that the Atreides would not celebrate the Yam Festival on the SSA Park, and that if they so wish to have the Jojible celebrated, then they should go and celebrate it on their own Atreides towns. Any one of them. Claiming that Atreides have been celebrating Jojible Festival for the past 30 years is another false claim. Contrary to that, to what the Atreides want the world to believe, they have not consistently celebrated the festival on Nkwanta land. Records reveal that only 2 instances did they celebrate the Ojibwe Festival on JSSA Park in Nkwanta Town. That is 1993 and 2019. The fact is that anytime the Atredes get the opportunity of getting closer to political power, they resort to all manner of machinations to exploit the system, perpetuate their tribalistic ambition, and which always fall flat. Now, in 1993, when an Atrede was an MP, Honorable Peter Okora won the seat to Parliament on the ticket of the National Convention Party, NCP. He activated the tribal ambitions of land grabbing and expanding their jurisdiction. Thus, in that same year, in 1993, the said MP's first ambition was to incite his people to install an Atrede at Pasa, the capital of Nkwanta today. Just as in their press conference of December 1st, 2023, they claim to have named all rivers in Nkwanta in their language, resorting to semantics and giving the etymology of the name of the river and place in Nkwanta. They again, as then claim Basa is a word in their Atrede language which means go and fetch. That is referring to the fetching of water from the river near Basa. That's with that claim they said Basa town is theirs. So they attempted to install a chief there. Given that all the above etymology were true and true, your guess is as good as mine as to what almost befell that newly elected MP and his people by the indigenous people of Basa. The MP, Peter Okora, and his Atrede people were almost lynched by the concubines, and like a dog, they had to flee at different directions with their tails between their legs. They never then lay claim on Basa town till date. Same was what they tried to do at Nkwanta when they attempted the first time to celebrate the Ayam Festival on Nkwanta JSSA Park in 1993. Their paramount chief then, Nana Obekwade, who was then residing in Nkwanta, was summoned by the Adele chief, Nana Awukun Sana II. When the Atrede delegation were questioned as to why they wanted to celebrate on a land that is not theirs, they quickly apologized. They were fined 3 sheep and some local foreign drinks. We have pictures to show. Yes. This is the first picture. And sitting from these are pictures demonstrating. This is the Atrede delegation, this is the Adele delegation that met in Nana Okunsana's house that day. We have a picture showing the slaughtering of the ram, picture 5. One of the rams that was fined was slaughtered, and this is what shows the ram being slaughtered by the people. One of the sheep was slaughtered to pacify the gods of the Adele and land in Nkwanta, while the other 2 sheep were sent to Dediasi, where the head of the ethnic god of the Adele Sefriko resides. In the wisdom of the Adele chiefs and kinsmen, they demanded a formal letter of apology from the Atrede, which was readily obliged to. Ladies and gentlemen, later, granted that permission was even granted them, it is therefore a shame that only 30 years ago the Atredes could talk of having celebrated the Ojibwe and conveniently pretended to have forgotten that aspect which characterized the celebration. Still on the false allegation of having celebrated the Ojibwe for 30 years, we want to state categorically that after that 1993 incident, the said festival was never celebrated in Nkwanta until 2019. It is true that in 2019, during the celebration, it was a prominent Adele who was invited to grace the occasion as their special guest of honor. In the spirit of oneness, no one opposed the celebration on the GSSA park. Unfortunately, it was certain rituals which they performed during that year's celebration that infuriated and provoked the Adeles, hence the protest for the 2021 celebration, since they did not attempt to celebrate in 2020. The said rituals are considered an abomination and a desecration of the land, inasmuch as Adele, the landowners, customs and traditions are concerned. So, ladies and gentlemen, you will realize, contrary to the impression the Atreides have put out there, that they have been celebrating Jojibile for the past 30 years, they have actually done so only twice. That is in 1993 and 2019, as approved by the Adeles. Instead of Atreides being honest in saying that the first time they celebrated was 30 years ago, they are confusing Ghanaians as if it was a continuous celebration over till now in 2023. Role of some political appointees and political players. The regional minister, Honorable Joshua Makubu, much as the minister claims he is doing his best, we the others think his best did not help to prevent the conflict in Nkwanta. As a Kankanma and non-indigenous of the area, one would expect that he would exhibit the highest level of neutrality and impartiality. That is not what we found of him. As chairman of RedSec, that is Oti Regional Security Council, and Oti having caused a letter banning the celebration of Atreides Jojibile in Nkwanta, after RedSec has heard all parties involved, and in the following year of 2022, an attempted celebration of the same festival led to the loss of 2 lives. Destruction of property, it is surprising that one. The minister allowed his picture to be used alongside the paramount chief of Atreides as a flyer and advertising for the 2023 celebration in October. This advert was run and displayed at Nkwanta and on the local Beyond FM station, an act that caused so much anger, confusion, and provocation. For how can a minister, if not the Atreides, being insensitive to the feelings and emotions of the people, especially families who lost their dear ones, especially when some of these victims of this heinous crime are still in the mortuary? Adeles, Chalas, Kotu police, and indeed almost all the settler tribes were shocked that for 1 year there was no serious attempt by the minister and his RedSec to resolve the root cause of the clashes, nor ensuring that there were some mitigating efforts to convince families of the victim to bury their dead, and yet allow this picture to be used by the Atreides and to repeat the mayhem. When the Adeles foresaw that the Atreides were up to it again in 2023, they sent a petition to the IGP and copied the main stakeholders of security in this country, including the Director General NID, National Security Advisor, National Security Coordinator, the Oti Regional Minister, and the MCE of Nkwanta South. The petition was to bring to the attention of the President of how the Atreides, in the guise of celebrating a festival, are trying to make subtle claims of Nkwanta as their own, which resulted in the loss of lives in the past 2 years, and how the celebration should be halted. A week to the date of intended celebration, nothing was heard from the government nor RESEC. The Adeles and Chalas therefore organized a joint press conference on the 24th of October 2023 to tell the whole world about the maneuvers of the Atrede, which has all the propensity to unleash mayhem on Nkwanta and a possible breach of the peace. Surprisingly, the regional minister issued a rejoinder on the same day, refuting all the claims, urging Ghanaians to treat the joint press conference of the chiefs and people of Chala and Adele with the contempt it deserves. What is even shocking about the regional minister's conduct after his rejoinder was that all three factions were invited to Dambai to present their cases. RESEC once again issued another letter dated 26th of October. And served on all parties, stating that the Atrede Jodible should be put on hold. The said letter stated inter alia that any party who violates the directive will be dealt with drastically, including taking legal actions against that party. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, it will surprise you that on the 27th of October 2023, which was the first day of Atrede's 3-day celebration, the Honorable Minister who resides in Nkwanta was in town. When Atrede started the celebration, after making a press conference, they stated, among other things, in Chi, Ubin to me, Munemunaye. Omuse, Mayendi, Yafashe, Nawa, Ose Wom Peno, Bra. No one can intimidate us. No one can frighten us. To those who say we should not celebrate, we will celebrate. We'll go ahead, and whoever doesn't like it can go to hell. Thus, for the whole day, the Atredes marched through the principal streets of Nkwanta, chanting war songs and pouring libation and rituals at the yam market, and had an uninterrupted celebration till 5 p.m. when they closed. No arrest was made. Another inaction of the regional minister, which clearly exposed his incompetence, was how he was indifferent in the midst of such unimaginable tension. In town, and yet unimaginable tension in town, and yet did not make any effort to beef up security or call for any reinforcement of personnel, whether police or military, until the actual clashes of 28th October took place, resulting in gunshots and machete wounds, burning down of houses and property. The acting police, regional police commander, ACP Accra. This acting regional police commander, unlike the regional minister, just like the regional minister, reside in Dambai. However, on the 27th day of October 2023, which is the first day of in fair representation of all parties towards the process of building tranquility and reconciliation. In conclusion, the Adeles are a peace-loving ethnic group who have a sincere desire for a peaceful, just and united community in Nkwanta. We contribute to the overall harmony of Nkwanta South, and we believe that resolving the land disputes and addressing past grievances is crucial for fostering cooperation among residents. This is because Adeles have provided land for almost all the major installations in Nkwanta: St. Joseph's Hospital, the government hospital known as a medical village, Gateway Hotel, Kilimanjaro Hotel, all the 3 second cycle institutions, namely Nkwanta Secondary School, Nkwanta Day Community Day Secondary School, Chabobo Girls School Complex and Secondary. We have the police station, the post offices, and other key institutions. The banks like NIB, Agri Development Bank, Commercial Bank, all the basic schools, excluding English and Arabic. Okay. The courtyard for the district magistrate court is almost all the churches in Nkwanta are situated on Adele lands. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, we have activities can celebrate their festival on the JSSA Park because it is a school and for that matter a public place, and that anyone who does not agree will go to court. This is his letter to the communities. If not for his dangerous tribalistic traits, and if he had been sacked as requested by the chiefs in the previous petitions, could he have remained in that respectable seat and repeat such brazen acts of impartiality? Recommendations. Adele recommends the immediate transfer of the regional police commander, who is alleged to have been seen by the Atreides to compromise his role and professionalism, an allegation that his actions and inactions really confirmed. 2. The removal of the Atreides chief Nana Obumbo Sewura Lukura as chairman of the Oti State Lands and member of Lands Commission of the Oti Region, and request to conduct a bipartisan investigation into the causes and related matters, especially Regional Police Commander ACP Accra. When you free her, if you say Nensa Aka Anwo. Now, you so Aka say, and when you are one tray, Nana Sabobo tray, Ana Owofonimu, Ana Yitremu say, Womubedi Afasheno, Nia Ontia Siemu, Omra. Na yɛgyina so de aseda ayɛ kabea ama ɔmanpanin sɛ wama ho kwan na wɔde nneɛma atoto akwan mu sɛ bɛyɛ a asomdwie mapa bɛba nkwantaman mu yɛda ɔmanfoɔ nyinaa ase.
Nunca foi bali, louco.